I've never been to Africa yet, and I've never been chased by lions. I just need to be able to run faster than Sajiv, and I'll be safe. How many of you would like to go on an African safari? How many of you have been on a safari? So maybe this isn't a big deal. It's a big deal for me. I've never been there. But we're going to take trips every year. Amazing trips. The Black Diamond trips. Next slide. Next slide, please. And the next, whoops, little problem with the slide there. The fifth star is the More Project. This is the cause. This is the giving back to the children. I think we're going to be seeing some of the children today. You know, my vision for India, I believe that we're united in this. That as we go out and build a successful company, that we want to give back. I always say that when you're blessed, we should become a blessing. I know that Bill Gates is in town right now, wealthiest man in the world. Look, I admire the fact that he's giving his inheritance over to charity. There's a lot of amazing charities in the world. I don't want to wait until I'm dead for money to be passed out to the charities, although that's a great thing. But I want to do it when I'm alive. And I want to do it with people that I love and care about. I want you, as you get to ruby and emerald and diamond and blue diamond and black diamond, to join me and join Carrie and join Randy and Katie in the More Project as we go out to the villages and we put these children on our laps and we love them. And we look into their eyes. And for the first time in many of these children's lives, I want them to be able to see what love looks like. Because muscle can split a shield and even destroy life. But only the unseen power of love, Og Mandino says, can open the hearts of man. And until I acquire this gift, I will remain nothing more than a peddler in the marketplace. I want us to go out as a Monavie family and create a culture in India of giving back, that when we're successful, we're going to go out and become more significant by changing the lives of children who have not right now. I know that in Brazil, we're educating thousands of children right now. We're building schools. We're not just giving them a fish. We're teaching them how to fish through an education and through job opportunity. And the same is going to happen in India. The same will happen in India, God willing, surrounding myself with the right-hearted people who want to go out and make a difference. Can we make a difference in India, my friends? Can we do something significant in India? I believe so. At 52 years old, I don't have 5 minutes to waste in my life. Did you hear me? I said at 52 years old, I don't have 5 minutes to waste. I left my son's kindergarten graduation. God, family, and Monavie. My son just graduated from kindergarten. I wasn't there. Why? Because I made some commitments in 2004. As we were getting ready to start this company, I said, I'm going to go around the world and do everything I can to do something significant, to help those in need. Because I know that we all have a birth date, and we all have a death date. And in between those two dates is a dash. I'm in the dash. You are in the dash. Life has to be more than just about making money and living day to day to day. Life to me is about making a difference and helping people live a more meaningful life. I know it's possible because I've seen it in my own life. Next slide. I want to end. I know my time is up. I'm going to tell you the story about, keep going. Keep going. I want to keep going. Next slide. Next. Right there. This picture is of my mother and father and my siblings. My father is 85. My mother is 80. They've been married for 60 years. They're still alive. They gave their 10 children roots and wings instead of loot and things. They taught us how to work hard. They said, you can accomplish whatever you want, Dallin and Randy, if you're willing to help enough other people get what they want, like Zig Ziglar said. And that's how we've tried to live our lives. I'm on the far right. The woman standing next to me, her name is Colette. She's my oldest sister and my oldest sibling. I want you to know that I've met a lot of people in my 20-plus years in networking who had difficult circumstances. And I know that if I sat down with each and every one of you, you would all have your own story to tell. My sister's story, Colette, was that she had 5 children. 2 of them had cystic fibrosis. It's a terminal disease. Her 2 youngest daughters were born with this disease. And in 1991, her husband had just left the 25-year marriage, walked out, had had enough. My sister was left to raise 5 children without any financial support from her former husband. It was about the time I was starting a company, pre-Monavie, a different company. I called my sister and said, Colette, I'm starting a company. Maybe this can help you, because I know that you're responsible now to put food on the table of your 5 children. She said, Dallin, do you think I can do it? And I said, I know you can do it. You were raised by the same parents. I know that you have a dream for your children, and I know you would do anything for your children. So she listened to me, and she got into business with us in 1991. She had her very first meeting, and she invited 40 people, and 4 people came. And 2 people left early, and 2 people were left. And she got them into business with her somehow, some way. And that was in 1991. And it's been now 21 years. 3 weeks after that very first meeting, she earned her first check. And every week since then, she's earned a check for the last 20 years. And if she were here in India with me today, and if any of you were to ask her, Colette, how much money did you make your first month? You know what she would say, because it's true? I don't know. They're still paying me for what I did that first month 20 years ago. That's the power. That's the power of networking. That's the power of what we're talking about today. You're paid over and over again for what you did one time. 20 years she's earned a check. Well, one of her 2 children passed away from cystic fibrosis. A couple years after that company started, my sister took some time off. No parent should have to bury a child, and I know that some in this audience have. My wife's had to do that. For 6 months, my sister didn't work. But you know what? During that 6 months, her income went up. Why? Because for the first time in her life, she was no longer reliant just on her own efforts. But she had thrown a rock in a lake, and the ripple effect had taken place, and now she had hundreds of people who were out there building a business. And so she was earning income. She was making money while she slept, making money while she was taking care of her 4 remaining children. Next slide. Well, I told you her 2 daughters had cystic fibrosis. One of them passed away. This is a picture of Charlie. Charlie is one of my great heroes in life. She's my niece. She was given a year to live about 10 years ago. She's now 30 years old. She has outlived the majority of people with that disease. She met a man who fell in love with her even though she had 1 lung. And out of that 1 lung, she could only breathe at 13% capacity. It's like trying to breathe out of a coffee straw. See, one of my messages today is that even though there's brand new Mercedes that are going to be given out, even though there's trips to Hawaii, even though there's trips to Switzerland and Africa and Alaska, in 1991, when my sister heard me and said, you can do this, she didn't realize that 20 years later, she was going to have made enough money to be able to buy 2 lungs and a heart for her daughter. Because you don't know what the future's going to bring for you and your family, and you're best to be prepared. And because she said yes, she went to work, and she saved a few $1 million. And on Valentine's Day of this year, when Stanford Medical Center called my sister and said, hurry, Charlie must come now, because the donor, we have 2 lungs and a heart that are available now, but you must come now. And so Charlie knew that going into this surgery, she may not survive the surgery, but she was willing to risk it all because she loves life. And so she went to the hospital, and she was greeted by a doctor, but it was not the doctor that was supposed to perform this surgery. He was out of town and they didn't know when the lungs were going to become available. But instead, a skilled physician, an Indian physician, was there. And he performed an amazing surgery. Only a few people in America ever get 2 lungs and a heart. And this amazing Indian surgery in February, just a few months ago, gave my niece a new lease on life. Because that wouldn't have happened had my sister not said yes to this amazing business of networking and put money aside for a rainy day. My message for you today is this: you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen next month, next year, 10 years from now. I'm here to tell you that we have a vehicle available for you, that if you can believe it, and if you can latch on to your upline and work with the corporate team, that your dreams can come true. Yes, we want to give you cars and trips, but more than that, we want you to be able to build relationships. Husbands becoming better husbands, wives become better wives, children becoming better children, families becoming more unified, to be able to travel the world. But God forbid, if there ever comes a time when your child needs your help to save their life, I want you to be able to answer that call and say, you know what? I had the courage and the faith and the persistence and the determination when Monavie came to India to say yes. I didn't understand it all, but I was willing to march off in faith. But now I'm in a situation in my life where I'm free and I'm able to help my children, or I'm free to be able to help those children, other children who don't have anything, so that you can live a more meaningful, a more significant life. Gandhi was correct when he said, don't ever believe that a handful of committed people can't change the world. Because in fact, it's the only thing that ever has. We have a handful of people in a country of 1.3 billion. We need 100 black diamonds, 100 black diamonds to become a $1 billion a year company in India. Why do I want to do that? So that we can bless the lives of each and every one of you, your families, and countless others who are going to come after us, because we had the courage and the persistence and the determination to never say never, to never quit, to finish what we started. And that's why I'm in India on June 2nd of 2012, because I made a commitment that I was going to finish what I started, and I'm willing to march hand in hand with each and every one of you who have a dream for a better future. Now you can see that I'm passionate about this. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, because I believe this. I've seen what it's done in my own family. I've seen how this bottle of juice has blessed the lives of so many people around the world. Now it's your turn. We have all the pieces of the puzzle in place. We've got the right products. We've got the right timing. We've got the right management and leadership. We've got the right compensation plan like none other. We've got the right cause in the MORE project. The only piece of the puzzle that's missing is you. That's the only piece that's missing. And you've got to decide whether or not you want to finish this puzzle off by putting your piece into that and making a difference and bringing something to the Monavie community that nobody but you can bring, because you're unique. There's nobody else like you on planet Earth. Of the billions and billions of people, do you realize that no one has your same fingerprint? Nobody. You are so unique. You are a gift to the world. It's time for us to rise up and be all that we were meant to be. And through this company, you can do this. I'm going to end by saying these few words, and I'll get off the stage. And at this company, I want each of us to be able to say yes to these words every day. And they go like this: have I done any good in the world today? Have I helped anyone in need? Have I cheered up the sad or made someone feel glad? If not, I have failed indeed. Has anyone's burden been lighter today because I was willing to care? Have the sick and the weary been helped on their way? When they needed my help, was I there? Then wake up and do something more than dream of your mansions above. Doing good is a pleasure, a joy beyond measure, a blessing of duty and love. My friends, we're in the dash of life. Let's live to make a difference. Let's help lead other people to a more meaningful life. God bless you and your families. Thank you.